and I watched the dog take a shit, and it shit out a condom.
Oh.
and
doesn't have to be an and. Doesn't have to be an and.
This guy Chris, and I'm like, that is so gross.
Oh,
because the dog had a condom, and then Chris was like, maybe somebody fucked the dog and it slipped off. He goes, it's nice they're wearing a condom. Thank you.
Well,
for listening, dude. There's no way we should tell that story on air. Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. Hey! Woo! Welcome to the Tarp Report.
Tarp
Sorry. I just didn't expect to have a goth co-host today.
Hey, well, you said, what did you say? My lipstick is dark. It's what did you say?
I don't remember. I was just trying to be nice.
See,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
too late now. It's too late now. I can't turn everything off and nobody look. Nobody look.
Dude, hey,
it's
listen.
Like a purple. It's like a really cool
It's
purple.
not purple. It's dark red. And it does look really good. And it matches your hair and it matches your nails.
Thanks.
And it matches your vibes.
Thank you. That's what I was going for. And it was $9. So.
Yes, and it's cool. And now you can finally beat the Scorpion King. And I'm excited for you because you look like you look like a desert villain.
Oh, yeah? Like Angelina Jolie?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she a desert villain?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a Tomb Raider.
It's not bad looking. It's just different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's good.
Sometimes different is fun.
Yeah. Look at like Gwen Stefani.
She had that thing.
Yeah. She was Indian and then Japanese and then back to white.
And I don't really know what she is now.
Bananas.
Plastic.
Plastic. Is she? I haven't seen a picture in a long time.
Yeah, her face is like, it's like
wild.
It's jarring. It's like, ugh.
I am all for the right of everyone to do whatever they want to their own body. But sometimes it bums me out because the songs are like No Doubt and I don't know. And now it seems like she has doubts about her.
I think she has a lot of.
And she's trying to rectify them.
But.
I know.
You know, what can you do?
Do whatever you want.
I've
modified my body by eating a lot of food and being really fat.
I've gone up 2 pant sizes.
Really? Are you gaining weight?
I've been eating. I told you I'm on a honey bun diet recently.
Really?
You just were talking about how.
Does it make you feel weird? Are you worried? Because you've had
Oh, I'm stressed.
You've had body. You've had eating disorder stuff before, haven't you?
No.
But don't say it like that.
No,
it's not out of the.
Well, it's not because I've been lucky. The only time when I was drinking, I was like a size 20, which is I'm now I'm like an 8, which is fine. It's fine. I just gotta stop.
Yeah.
I'm not even upset about it.
An 8.
Yeah, Do
you know how big my pants are?
Probably 4 to 7 times that size.
Yeah.
I know, but
leg,
you're also.
I'm pretty sure my leg, and not the top of my leg, like my calf, is. Your pants would be tight on my calf.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why. Obviously we have different.
Right. Yeah, I shouldn't. I shouldn't feel bad because you're fat.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
I'm going at. Yeah, thank you.
I get it.
I feel really heard right now.
I know.
So
yeah.
It's weird not having 2 cameras because usually I like to
have a second to pan too.
Farther away.
Yeah.
From you. 17 hours
of driving.
Just. Yeah, and it
Pedal
took
to the
me
metal.
20. It was actually 17 and a half. But it was. It took me 20 hours. I started driving at 5 a.m. in Las Vegas. And I got home at about 1 a.m.
Ooh.
And the first 4 hours were rough. I was not in a great place.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really want to do this. I stopped and took a nap for about 30 minutes. Only 2 hours in, and I felt like I was like failing, but I was like tired. Like I didn't want to, I had to pull off because I was going to crash. And, but something happened 4 hours in where, I don't know. I just started thinking about like,
get that runner's high.
Yeah. Something like that, where I said, you know, I got, I'm headed back home. I got so much stuff to do. But like right now, like I really am like just kind of free and like out here. And this is the price you pay when you book a one-way tour just south.
Right.
And I don't know. I was thinking, because the idea was that Brittany was going to come with me.
Right.
And my mom was going to watch the kids.
I was wondering what the fuck the idea was.
My mom was going to watch the kids, and we were going to cut it in half. So I was going to do 9 hours and then like 8 hours the next day.
Yeah.
And that was going to be the move. However, my mom is in a nursing facility still.
Right.
And so Brittany couldn't come with me. And I think probably, you know, if I really think about it, honestly, the first 4 hours was me missing Brittany and thinking about how much better this would be if Brittany was here. Yeah. It was. I was really sad. I've been really emotional.
Somebody
lately.
loves their wife. Oh.
I watched that TikTok where there's like these kids in Brazil, and he gives the first slice of cake to his little brother.
Aw.
And like, I guess it's a thing in Brazil. Like, whoever you give the first slice of cake to is the person you love the most.
Yeah.
And I would watch that and cried earlier. And so yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
You're having like your man period. You're ovulating.
Yeah,
Emotions are high.
I just think it's from the drive though. I think it was jarring. That's like extrovert hell.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm looking at stuff and I'm thinking about the stuff and I'm like, man, if there's somebody here, this is what I would say. Oh. And then I'm like, this is what they would say back to me. And then I'd say this back. And then I find myself like arguing with that person.
Do you talk to yourself in the car?
No, I talk to a person I'm imagining is in the car with me. And then they talk back and then I argue with them and then I get mad.
Do you like, cause like I'll give good interviews, you know, like to Oprah or whoever might be in like my imagination.
Jess, the amount of time I spend thinking about like just comedy, this and like this person, that, and what if I get this and what if I get that? I've never talked about this on a podcast, but I'm pretty sure that about half the time that I am awake, I am somehow thinking about something connected to my comedy career.
Right.
I would venture to guess that I'm kind of like, well, what if I do this? What if I do that? And sometimes it's like, what if I say this on stage? Would this work?
Yeah.
It's
you didn't answer my question.
Remembering things.
Do you talk to yourself in the car?
No.
What?
I told you I talk to people.
Do you? But correct. Okay.
I don't think I don't like talk out loud.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering because I
sometimes
definitely do.
Yeah,
like I get into it.
Yeah,
and yeah, I'll have.
See, I don't need to say it because it doesn't make sense to say it out loud because there's nobody there.
But you just said. Yeah,
that's all in my head.
Right, yeah. But like if
you're actually moving your mouth and making sounds.
Oh yeah, I'm having like they're responding. Sometimes I have a British accent.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so what will happen is sometimes I'll be having like my mind arguments with somebody next to me and I'll get really fired up. And at the end, I'll be like, well, what do you think about that, motherfucker?
Boom.
You just got served, bro, by my mind.
Well, I think that's, anxiety.
That happened. I don't know how, I hate to use this word, but I don't know how crazy I am. I'm worried that I might be crazier than I think. I think so much about what other people think about me and that like that is a problem. And then I think about how I'm thinking too much about it.
Yeah.
And then I'll think about how I'm thinking about too much about it. And it's
crazy because it doesn't seem like you're thinking at all.
Yeah, that's because
like it's so impressive. It's like you've come full circle.
I think so hard that I go back.
You're not
around.
even thinking it. It doesn't even make sense. You're not even thinking anymore.
Yeah, and as I talk to you, if I talk about how much I think about what I'm thinking about, then it's like I stop thinking about it.
Right, because you
and
can't
now, right now, I am in the moment.
Right. Well, you were.
Dude, so many people just turned this podcast off. I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
Please.
But I stopped for like the thing that I do and yeah, and I called Brittany and we talked about it because she knows what I was doing. Is I will stop at like gas stations and like talk to people.
Oh God.
I know.
Yeah.
And sometimes it goes well.
You know what?
And then sometimes it doesn't. Go ahead.
You know what? You need a CB.
A what?
You need to put a CB radio
in
your fucking car. Like you would have so much fun just like shooting the shit with like truckers all day.
About like
anything. You could just fucking be telling jokes going down the interstate. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
I'm like, I feel like that would open up a whole new world. And then you would have all this trucker following. Oh my gosh.
I already have a trucker following.
Hilarious.
Do you remember the first video that went viral was primarily pushed by truckers? I have a lot of truckers that follow me on Facebook because it was the video about me pretending to be a semi-truck.
Oh yeah.
Fucking my wife.
Yeah. That would be very funny.
I think it would be funny too. I think it'd be funny when I'd pick up a comedian somewhere to go to a show and they'd realize that I have a CB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, sorry, you gotta talk to the truckers to pass. You gotta talk to the truckers to ride. I'd have
to learn all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because I do drive.
You drive a shit ton.
Yeah.
And you hate cops. They hate cops.
I hate cops. Fuck, what am I talking
about? Or smoky, as they call them.
I'm doing better with cops now.
Oh, you guys working it out?
No, but it's different now.
Right. Because you're not a criminal anymore.
Yeah. Well.
Always at heart. Always at heart.
It's complicated. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about petty shit. No, don't do that thing where you think that I'm like trying to derail the podcast because I don't want to like talk about it. I just don't. My back hurts too. I'm like realize I'm sitting down and.
First of all, we're doing a. First of all, shut the fuck up. It is 10:50 p.m.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was earlier than that.
I had to. My kids. My daughter is having a sleepover, which happens once every 3 years.
Yeah.
And then they were watching a movie downstairs.
Yeah.
Which happens once never.
Yeah.
And so now that I had to push them upstairs.
Yeah.
Into my disgusting room.
Do you know what I'm about to say to you?
Oh, you don't give a fuck.
No, that I said when I called you.
I know.
If you would have just said we could have just done it tomorrow.
I didn't know.
What do you mean you didn't know?
Because I called Josh and I said, "Hey, can you check to see if the cameras are charged?" And he's like,
"What did you didn't
and he
know?"
Said, okay.
You didn't know that they were
down here watching a movie.
Oh, well, that kind of sucks.
They're fine. There's a ginormous closer TV upstairs.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying though. Like you could have been like, "No, Sam, we'll stick to the plan." I would have been. But it was already,
you were already on your way.
No, I wasn't. I was in my bed with Brittany watching TikToks when I called you.
But you said you were going to bring me a soda, and that plan was already in place.
Oh, yeah. Once it was going, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You know what else I did?
You told me like 10 minutes after you and I talked on the phone the second time.
I tried to put my Crocs on before my shorts, and I was like, this doesn't speak well for the quality of the podcast I'm about to record.
No, he like called me like 10 minutes or he texted me like 10 minutes after you and I talked.
Well, you didn't show up to a podcast and then my mom broke her knee. So do you remember that?
Yeah, you guys broke your mom's knee because
I didn't break my mom's knee.
First of all, I don't think we talked about this. Like, you mean the podcast that you said I was late for, even though you
I was
left
early to?
Before?
Well, okay, listen. No. We're gonna talk about it. This is good. We need to get this stuff out.
Yeah.
You have to expose the wound to open air. Okay, don't do that shit with your eye.
I'm doing the eye thing. I
Don't
can't
do
help
that
it.
shit with your eye.
I can't help it.
I think it's bad for your eyes.
I don't think it's good.
I think you're going to do that one time and your eye is going to pop
stuck.
out. No, it's going to pop out. Oh, God. It makes me want to, dude, that shit, honestly.
I can't do it on the other side.
It makes me want to, like, come unglued. I told you what that does to me. It reminds me of those girls in high school that didn't want anything to do with me.
You're making me feel like I'm bullying you.
You do bully me. Thank you. Finally, let's get
to the
down
root of
to it.
Fine.
You started this podcast with me.
I did start this podcast. Thank you for
started
finally
this
admitting it.
podcast with me because I wanted a podcast.
Yes.
And you thought that it would be fun, and then now you're trapped, and you're like, Sam is not that cool, and I talk to him way too much.
It's so often. It's so often.
And the eye is getting more. The eye is getting more.
Yeah. 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 Sorry.
So this is what happened. So I show up to podcast with Jess anywhere between 8:40 and 9 a.m. I got here at 8:45. And I called and I messaged. And my mom was on the porch, still with only 2 kneecaps.
Yeah.
Everything was great.
Jeez, you're really chancing it, taking her out on everybody. No wonder she broke her kneecap. You're taking her on everyone's porch.
She broke it on her own porch because she got too complacent. She's actually more careful around other people's porches. Okay, and then so I texted, I called, and nothing.
Yeah.
And I stood there we were probably there for like 2 or 3 minutes. And then I was like, Mom, this happens sometimes. She probably didn't take her medication the night before. She's sleeping in. But I'll tell her. And then I immediately felt bad because I was like, oh, Jess is going to be mad. But I didn't think it was a thing where you were just like awake and getting ready.
Yeah.
But I guess that was the case.
This son of a bitch.
Don't what? Tell me. Let's hear your side. Of it.
No, I was sleeping.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But I woke up.
You are such a fucking piece of work. I cannot believe this shit. I'm not mad. I'm excited. Oh my God.
No, listen. I woke up at 8:50. And I called you. And I was like, let's go. What are we doing? And you're like, we already left. And I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean you already left? I may have misled you in in making you think that I was awake the entire time.
You said you've been like, I've been getting ready. Where are you guys?
I mean, I was at that moment getting ready.
Oh my God. Do you feel better now that you told me?
A little bit, yeah. I feel like that was weighing on my heart, and I didn't realize it. Maybe I am the reason that your mom broke her knee.
I mean, it didn't help.
Yeah, but if you guys had just stuck around for a couple minutes longer, then everything would have been different.
I told you though, this is the thing, is you could have said that you were and I was fine with it. Like I didn't like
I was up though. I was up.
Oh my
God. I fucking was. I swear. Let's check the tape. What time did I call you? I
can't. I'm not going to look that shit up.
Because it was because you can't because the fucking phone records are too deep.
Yeah.
It would take a month and a half.
I talked to a lot of people on the phone. I talked to you on the phone.
I was talking about me.
Yeah.
But I know that I was up before 9. I know it.
Wait, you said 8:50 and now it's before 9. Was it 8:55?
No, I called you before 9. And you guys had already left. You guys had already left by the time that we were supposed to start. Yes.
Because we say, like, it's always,
not.
because no, it is, Jess. And you know we start before 9 usually. I'm here as early as 8:30
If
sometimes.
I'm awake.
And you should be, because you have to get ready for the podcast and work. And you
How
weren't.
dare you, sir?
Don't. What? And
you should be.
The only thing that bothers me a little bit is that you think that I would be that mad, because you've been doing so good for a long time.
No, I was. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no?
You know. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
of
no.
course. Right?
Yeah, no, of course.
That's the Washington, like.
You know, actually, this podcast is not called the Tarp Report anymore. We're changing the name to Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, of course.
It means nothing.
That's a Washingtonian thing. That's
Yeah. Moving past this.
Okay. Can we?
Let me finish my story about my drive and where I found my spirit. Okay.
It was an hour 6.
Hour 5 and 6, like, I turned a corner, and it was really dope. And then I don't know. I was just cruising, podcast, audiobooks, songs, listen to Howard Stern. I have Sirius. I've been listening to some Howard Stern here and there.
Okay.
And that was nice. He legit made me laugh a couple times, which was nice. Like,
I used to watch him when his show was on E.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I used to masturbate to stuff that was on that show.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't have a lot of pornography. I used to masturbate to that.
I feel like a lot of people used to masturbate to Howard
I used to
Stern.
masturbate to this Women of Hawaii calendar, because there's one of the gals was wearing like a fishnet, not like fishnets, but like a fishnet, like they caught her.
Sam, what else did you used to masturbate to?
There was this moldy Playboy.
Ew.
Yeah, behind the water tower. Used to masturbate behind that water tower. It was gross because I know like 3 of my other
Ew,
friends
I just
had
realized why it was moldy.
It wasn't from cum. It wasn't like moldy cum.
Get the hell out of here.
It wasn't cum on it. We didn't cum on the Playboy.
You just said that you were jerking off back there.
Yeah, but I can control where my cum goes.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm not like a fucking.
Yeah.
I'm not like what are those wacky?
Oh, like one of those things outside of the.
I'm not like a tube man. It's like not like a drop in a hose or something off the fire truck. No, all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I kept going and eventually made it to Prineville, Oregon, and had. So, you know, I said it's like I was kind of talking to people, and I did make some phone calls, but it's hard because there's a lot of those places on that drive. There's no service. Like you're out in the middle of nowhere. Made it to Prineville, Oregon, which is where the Prineville Hot Shots are from. One of the best firefighting crews in the country.
Nice.
Hot Shots are like kind of like really high end firefighters, basically. Like they're like kind of between a smoke jumper and like a regular Type 1 firefighter. Anyway, stopped at this bar and I was like, man, they got a ribeye steak, and I was like, I'm gonna eat a steak. I'm gonna chill at this bar. I'm going to talk to these dudes. We started talking. They fought fire. I think we were on some of the same fires. Started talking about comedy stuff.
Some of the same shows?
What's that?
Nothing.
Yeah. We had a blast, and it was fun. And then I gave everybody shirts and left.
Oh, I saw that picture.
Yeah. I gave everybody shirts. It's funny because I was just going to give the 3 dudes shirts, and then the cook came out, and the bartender was there, and we had a fucking, and then I called Brittany, and it was the funniest thing ever, and I was like, oh, I just had such a good time. I was at this bar, and she was like, you were talking to people, weren't you? And I was like, yeah, and then I was like, I made friends.
Oh my god.
And then I had the last 4 hours, which were wild. It got dark, you know, and going over like by Mount Hood through was it Highway 26, and then there's this moment where you're 10 minutes away, and it feels so good. And you're thinking about when I was, that first 4 hours, and I know that I'm that much closer. Went to Vegas, tried to go on the Strip, hated it. Had a blast. By the way, I didn't even talk about this. All the shows were good. There was one thing in Truckee where somebody brought their kids to the show, and that sucked.
Yeah.
They brought a 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
Oh, so not just one lady, not just two,
one
but
lady,
3.
and it ran the gamut. Because I actually don't mind. Like, I don't like it. Ages. I don't like it, but I would rather have a 6-year-old at my show than a 14-year-old at my show.
Yeah.
Because a 14-year-old, it's the elephant in the room, and then every joke, it makes me pause before I say things.
Right.
And that's like the last thing I need to be is in my head. And I was in my head. And also I just kind of had a miserable bit. That was day 2. And day 2s are always miserable when I'm on the road. I hate day 2.
Yeah.
But man, this dude, and I don't know if he listens to the podcast or not, Derek Aya, right? I did a show in Sacramento, and this tiny, tiny man, he's very small, Derek, right? Like, I mean, he is ridiculously short.
Yeah.
Anyway, him and his girlfriend came out, and I could tell he was a big fan, and got a shirt, and we took a picture, and this and that. And then I said that thing where I was like, okay, listen, I'm in Truckee, California on Wednesday or whatever, or on Thursday. And I'm in Las Vegas on Saturday for this NA convention. And I was like, I need a Friday. And I didn't want to do Reno because Reno is only about 45 minutes from Truckee. And it meant that I was going to have a 7-hour drive, which was already kind of bad to do a 7-hour drive before a show in Reno. And, but what was really terrible, hey guys, we're doing a podcast. No, I'm just kidding. Where are you guys going? What are you watching? Did that really make you worried?
Abby is very by the book.
Abby, come talk to me. Yeah, what are you doing? You want to say hi? Yes. Now you're on the podcast. What are you, one of Abby's friends? You want to be on the podcast? Do you know I'm a famous comedian? Oh, isn't that cool? You know, I drove 17 hours. What's your longest drive you've ever been on? 3 days? Here, get on the mic. We've been invaded by the sleepover. So
how was your movie?
You got to get on the mic. What did you? What was you drove 3 days? Where did you drive to and from? What?
I drove from Washington to Texas.
That's a long drive. That's a long drive. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast. You guys have fun. I'm sorry I interrupted your sleepover. Jess said it was cool.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Thought it was cool.
Yeah.
God,
Zach.
Chatty.
If you could clean that up, some magic there.
None of these kids signed the waiver.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut that out. What was I talking about?
Driving.
Oh yeah,
we were
driving.
Talking about driving and getting a show in Reno.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Derek Aya. Okay, this dude in Reno saw that I was looking for a show between Truckee, but the thing is that Reno is way too close to Truckee. It's only 45 minutes away. And I had a 7-hour drive, and I didn't realize that my show in Vegas was at 2 p.m. So I did my show in Reno, and then I drove 2 hours, and then I had to wake up at like 5 in the morning to drive another 7 hours.
Yeah.
It was not cool.
Not cool.
But I showed up, 3 hours of sleep, showed up. But anyway, this dude, Derek, he was like, I'll put together a show for you. And he's like, I can get my friends to come out. And I was like, this might be a horror show, but I got him to I was like, this is what I want. Listen, flat rate. I want $400 in a room. And he was like, yeah, you got it. And then a couple other comics gave him each like $100 or whatever. Actually, two great, Andrea B and her friend Sarah, who actually run Don't Tells in Reno.
Nice.
They're wonderful people, good comics. They did a spot on both the shows, and they set up my show in Truckee. Anyway, this dude Derek, he's like, I want to do comedy for my first time. And I was like, all right, man, you can host the show or whatever. I wanted him to do a guest spot, and we would have somebody else host, and it's like, here's your first time. But he wanted to host it. Ooh. And so what I did is I went up before he went up, and I like introduced him, and I told him, and like it was so fun for me because I used to run an open mic, and seeing people do comedy their very first time is still like such a fun thing. Right. I think it used to be funner before Kill Tony, but like it's still such a fun thing to see. So it was great.
Did he do well? How did he do?
He did pretty good. Yeah, he did pretty good. You know, he automatically, since so many of his friends were there and there was like a good crowd and people were like pretty lit, you know, like it was a fun night. But he did have some decent jokes and was like self-defacing and felt pretty comfortable on stage. And also he's such like a little tiny person that it's kind of interesting to watch him. That's like awesome. It's like seeing like you ever turn a magnifying glass like the other way? Yeah. Yeah, and it makes stuff smaller.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
It's like watching a jockey.
Yeah. He could be a jockey. He should be a jockey.
And not do comedy.
No. Well, there's too many comedians. Nobody should do it.
There's a lot of us.
But yeah, and then I went for it. The NA convention was cool. I had this idea that I was going to go to. There was a NFL preseason game with the Raiders and the Cowboys at Allegiant Stadium, and I was going to go. But then I got to the Strip, and I was like, I'm like, I don't want any part of this. And then I did this thing too. It was so stupid because I took an Uber there, and it was like $20, and I was like, oh God, like I can't believe I took an Uber. That was so expensive. You know, I never Uber because I didn't want to drive my car because parking would have been a mess.
It would have cost you probably $20 to park.
I know.
So
probably more than that.
Yeah.
So I take this Uber to the Strip, and I'm on the Strip, and I'm walking around, and I don't recognize it. The last time I was there was 30 years ago when I was 12 years old. Wow. And I don't recognize it. And
you haven't seen it on TV?
I see it, but it doesn't do it justice. It's just like, to me, it's just like a mall with slot machines and food kiosks.
Hell yeah.
And like,
it's awesome.
I was like, and then get this. So I look and I'm like, how much will it be to Uber back to my off-strip hotel? I was staying at the Orleans, which I like. I like the Orleans. I like it reminds me of like the casinos I'm at all the time doing comedy, like the native casinos, right? And then it was like $26. And I was like, screw that. I'm walking back. It said it was like 43 minutes, but it was like so hot. And I bought this soda water and I'm just drinking out of this green glass bottle and just like walking down these streets. Like, and I was like in this industrial area. And then I took a bus to get back to the hotel and,
to save $26.
Yeah, and then I sat next to this nice old man and ate some Singapore street noodles, and I was like, this is what I'm talking about.
Did you buy them yourself, or did you borrow them from him?
No, I didn't eat his food.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've said a lot of weird shit.
I have. But yeah, that was it. That was it. So
speaking of people doing comedy, Chandler did a headlining show.
People don't know Chandler Noble Hatch is Jess's best friend, and also I guess what Jess says, a up and coming comedian.
That's what I mean, listen, they just don't let anybody headline.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, I guess they do. But
yeah.
No, but he did so good. It was on Friday, and it was me, him, and Heath, and it was just really fun. Lynette was there, and Thor, and just a bunch of like comedy friends. And then Chandler had like, you know, his like teachers, and his mom was there, and just like, you know, his dad's been really sick and going through a lot. And so I think that it was just really special.
Chandler it seems to me that he's becoming a better comedian, and it seems like he's always been a decent person.
He's a great person.
And an interesting person.
And an okay comedian.
Yeah, and I think that's going to keep building for him. And I talked to you.
I'm just kidding.
And I haven't talked to Chandler about it, but we'll look on the schedule and find something that me and you are doing, and we'll invite him along. Work. Yeah, totally.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I think it would be fun, and I know that.
And he's just like, good and wholesome.
Yeah, he's a good hang. And you know what's weird is I think sometimes, and maybe I'm at it, but sometimes I think folks are a little nervous around me because they think that like anything I do matters.
You're a big bad star.
I know. I'm a big star. So it'll be cool. So to get Chandler to calm down a little bit.
Yeah. He did really good. And it was in Tacoma and he just shines. And so that was awesome.
I had a thing that was bothering me also on that drive that I want to talk about.
What?
I want to stop getting hit on by everyone.
By everyone.
I don't want, it's very rare that women hit on me.
Yeah. I can imagine.
I've kind of kept that going steady, but man, like, and you know, part of me, and this is, am I fucked up with this where I like, a guy will hit on me and I'll be like, oh, it's my fault because I posted a picture of me without my shirt on.
Oh, yes. It's not your fault, honey.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not what you're wearing. I promise.
Yeah. Because, and it's also like, it seems really like insidious. I got a message from a dude and I just want to say like, dude, like first off, like straight dude, married dude, like, don't cheat on my wife. And if I did, it wouldn't be with a dude.
Right.
And
I don't.
Yeah, but I don't.
But it wouldn't be with a dude.
But it wouldn't be with a dude.
It's like, fuck, which one do I validate first? Like,
and like, I can imagine like gay sex. And I don't think that like it would be horrendous, but I don't want to do it.
Right.
It's just not what I'm attracted to. But I do things I don't like all the time. But I'm not going to have sex.
You don't need to have gay sex to be an ally.
Yeah. No. Listen. Like I really don't like washing the dishes.
Right.
But I don't want to have a bunch in the sink. And so I look at it fucking.
So every once in a while, you'll take it up the ass.
I don't know what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense.
If it keeps the dishes clean.
Listen, yeah. I like how I'm like talking about what I'm getting at is I want dudes to stop hitting on me, and then I'm like, I could see myself having gay
I know, that's why I'm like, why are you saying these things? Like you can just say like
Now it is my fault. No, I am. I feel like I'm so straight. That I
would have gay sex.
That I would. Just to show people that I don't like
how
it.
straight I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. For real though, I'm not
I know what it just
sucks and it makes me sad and it makes me feel for all the women in my life that always complain about like they talk about how aggressive men are and it sucks and it's like and I don't like it and it bums me out because I have so many like gay homies that I like hang out with all the time and we have like an amazing relationship with like all these gay dudes that I fucking love to be around and I am interested, like I love being a part of like subcultures. I love it when I get invited to stuff that normally I wouldn't attend. Like it's fascinating me. Like I fucking love that shit. Please invite me to weird shit. I love it. Right. But stop like telling me you want to sleep with me. Yeah. It makes me so sad. And it makes me wonder what kind of conversation we could have if it wasn't that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, there's a line there. And you know, what's funny is I don't mind like in the comment section when a dude's like there's like a line where it's like it gets personal where I don't mind if it's like a heart react, like they've just put like a heart emoji, like they're attracted to me, like that doesn't really bother me. But when you send me like a private message and there's one that I got that bothered me so much and it was like I saw one of those pics, you know, you always say in your act that you're packing. But I didn't see much there. What's up with that? And it's like, and I'm like, oh, you want me to talk about my dick to you, right? Is what you're doing. And I'm like, and I think
slick.
It's just really dumb. And then there's also just like the dick pics that it's like once every couple days, get a dick pic. And it sucks.
I forgot to tell you, my brother sent me a dick pic. Because I was complaining.
Hey, anyway, thanks for listening to The Tarp report was.
It was a picture of Dick Cheney.
Oh.
And he was like, "Here's because I know you don't get any dick pics." He sent me a picture of Dick Cheney.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. And then I set it up to make it seem like my brother sent me a picture of his wiener. Yeah.
And then we think about your stuff like that. And poverty.
Poverty. Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry. I know
it's whatever.
I know.
On a positive note, it looks like my mom is going to get out of there on the 22nd or the 27th. It might be. By the time you're listening to this, she might be out, but it looks more like the 27th. Me and one of my best friends in the world put in shower bars for her and took out her shower door. She has a glass shower door. We took that out so we can put a curtain so it'll be easier for her to get in and out of the shower. We're happy about that. You had your 3-year comedy anniversary.
Yesterday with
What were you on a show? What did you do?
No, nothing. I didn't fucking do anything.
You didn't do anything?
I hosted TCC tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really sweet because our other really good friend Elliot
Doolittle. Yeah, I like Elliot.
Him and I have the same comedy birthday.
Oh.
Like we literally started on like the same night without knowing, you know.
Whenever I think about Elliot, wasn't it him at that restaurant that one day? No, I was with Lynette. I got to tell you that story. I'm not going to talk about that on the podcast unless he was here. There it is. Oh God, I can't stop thinking about that now. I got jokes.
Okay. I got jokes.
Wrote them tonight on my way over. Not gonna lie, the quality. I don't. You know what's fun about these two is I have no memory really. And what are you looking at?
I have nothing.
Okay, cool.
You have no memory of what?
Of the jokes that I wrote. I had no memory of the beginning of that sentence.
I was like, you were trying to give me shit for not paying attention, but I was with you.
I know.
Okay, joke number 1. I wonder if a river has ever been like, you know what? Screw it. I'm so tired of flowing. I'm just going to be a lake now.
It's so bad. It's really bad.
What if a river was just like, I'm so tired. I'm sick of flowing. And then it started to rap. Okay.
That's way worse. But
okay. Really we're spitballing. We're like, we're it's late.
It is.
Okay.
Late.
Joke number 2. When I was a kid, my neighbors couldn't afford fireworks, so they just shot their guns in the air. If there were any broker. Sorry. Oh, if they were any broker, they would have to just throw knives.
That one's okay.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I was any broker.
Yeah. Was broker a word?
I think
I couldn't get any broker.
An agent? Like a broker?
Yeah, but you could also say it like I couldn't get any broker.
More broke.
Yeah, you could say more broke, but you could say broker.
You could say it. You could. Yeah, you're right.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It's language.
It doesn't matter.
It's so fun just to play.
It doesn't have to be right.
I really don't, dude. I get the cheapest laughs off of just saying shit weird and then occasionally using like a very rare word.
Yeah.
Like when I'm doing that water slide joke and then I say that it not resonates. What do I say? When my butt goes
yeah.
It reverberated.
I say touristy when I'm doing my jail bit, and it only makes me laugh.
Touristy?
I know it's touristy, but
you kind of want to go to jail or whatever.
Yeah,
you love that joke.
Oh, it's my favorite. Okay, what?
What, you love that joke?
I do. Joke number 3 before you say something mean about the joke that I love. You were like, maybe you shouldn't love it so much.
I didn't say that, but I just know you love it a lot. It's a good joke.
I learned a lot about the desert when I was driving through it yesterday. Did you know it doesn't rain very much?
It is a good desert fact. I learned that.
It's a very dry fact.
It is. You know, I took a video. I haven't posted it. I stopped by my car and I pissed just like in the desert. And I was like, I bet you like that, you know.
Ooh, you're
like,
welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I made this video. I was like, I just peed right there and it's already dry. And I just don't know if I know that I can't show myself pee on the internet, but I don't know if I could show a pee that I did earlier.
That's probably fine.
Yeah.
You can insinuate.
It was like a wet spot, and I pointed the camera at it. And then I was like, the desert craves moisture, even if it's urine.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I would. Well, you might not want to piss off
Oh, I know. That butters my bread. Are you looking at your reflection in my phone?
I haven't seen my hair was up. Okay. Joke number 4. You okay?
No.
I like pretzels more than breadsticks. Probably because I'm conflicted too.
I thought that it was interesting. Is it good?
No.
No.
What do you mean? Breadsticks?
Yeah. Okay. No, listen. The joke makes sense.
Because I'm conflicted too. Like
Can you get Abby down here to read this joke and see if she gets it?
Abigail. No.
I think that there's something there.
Okay. Well, you're gonna do what you always do.
What do you think I mean? What do you think I mean?
I'm assuming you mean like you're conflicted like with the shape.
Okay. So I'm making a comparison between breadsticks and pretzels.
Right.
And
thank you. That part I did get that part.
Straight by the book. And pretzels are just like all over the place.
All twisty and like.
Yeah. And that maybe I like pretzels because I'm all over the place.
Okay. Except pretzels aren't really like all over the place. They're just like one shape. Like
they're way more all over the place than a breadstick is, Jess.
Okay. All right.
Comedy,
baby.
Look it up. What else I want to say? I'm really excited about our show together on Thursday, and we'll talk about that at the podcast. Yeah. And I have this crazy. It doesn't like telling you about it on the podcast now isn't going to do anything. Our hands test. If you didn't know, I made a bottle cap. I throw things during the podcast a lot. I haven't thrown the pen. Don't give me the pen. I'll throw it. I'm going to rip out that piece of paper too. I am excited about our show, and it doesn't matter because I can't push it, but me and Jess are doing a show together, and I'm headlining at Helium Comedy Club.
That's fucking awesome.
And also, it looks like in March, I'm possibly headlining at, what's it called in Chicago? Did I tell you about this?
Second City?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's wild.
That's awesome.
For like a sober show.
Hell yeah.
And I'm very excited. And I feel like Helium's going to be good. And I hope Tacoma's going to be good too. I
just have to say, like, we went to Helium on Saturday for the Challenge Mania podcast.
Yeah.
And which is like it's on season 40.
Yeah. People love it. I know.
There's like a bunch of people from Big Brother on that show. But anyway. And so it was so much fun to go there. But then I'm like, we get to the door and like the door guy is like, oh, hey, Dan. Hey, Jess.
Yeah. One of the Creasley brothers.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, Sam was here just a couple days ago. Like, and then I like walk up the stairs and then there's your picture on the wall. And I'm just like, I'm like, that's my best friend's face. Yeah. Like, and then you go into Helium and they have like all of the pictures of like all of the winners of Portland's Funniest. And I'm like looking at the wall and I'm like, there's, probably like, I don't know how many.
Adam Posse, Enrico, you've had him. Andrew Slater's up there, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to have Shane Brennan And
oh man, Shane's a killer.
Yeah, and Shane Torres.
Yeah, Shane Torres is also a fantastic comedian.
Arlo is on there. But then it was also like a little like I was like, ooh, okay. I have a little wall of inspiration that I need to.
Yeah, I know we talked after that, and my thing is, it's really exciting because you have taken enough lumps now, and there's going to be like plenty more. But 3 years is kind of a interesting place to be, because I think most people quit comedy, but at 3 years, it seems like you made it to a spot where you are
definitely going to quit,
stable in the industry, and you deserve it. And I also want to say this too, that even though, it's late and we've been all over the place at times, I love doing this podcast with you, and I love being your friend, and you've been really cool when I'm going through this shit with my mom. And this is the hardest this month. I've never gone so hard at comedy as I have this month. And it wasn't supposed to be like that. This month was supposed to be like this weird celebration.
Right.
But you know what's strange is I think it might be even more of a celebration now, because like I just don't feel that bad. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm only a little bit scared, just like base level scared of the world. And maybe that's what I learned out in the desert. On that fucking drive.
When you were peeing.
When I peed and the ground was
That's
like yum 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 yum. And I'm doing fine.
You're doing great.
And you're doing fine.
Be all right. Yeah.
And the Tarp report.
That's it.
Coming up on 100 episodes.
We're pushing it. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, yeah. I read your Wikipedia page, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, we need to get the Tarp report on there." And I scroll down, and there it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's fucking awesome."
Yeah, my left butt cheek just started hurting in a really weird way.
All right. Okay.
Thank you for listening. Thanks to our guest stars today.
Zach. Just so you know, I had the news article written down, but
what news article?
He talked too much, so you know how it goes.
What news article?
About this. It's too much.
Is it about that? I don't want to talk about that, Zach. I don't care about the weird grown-up 4-year-old, Zach.
No, it's not a weird grown-up 4-year-old. What are you talking about?
I hate that shit. That story sucks.
That's not that. It's a different story.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the...
Okay, I'm going to say it real quick.
Baby grown-up. Yeah, no. Do it.
There was a 4-year-old who got herpes because they ate a condom.
Grandson got herpes after he put his mouth on a used condom he found in their hotel bed when they stayed at the Wyndham Garden Hotel in downtown Atlanta. When we first broke this story Monday, Jones told us her grandson thought the dirty condom was a balloon.
I ran out the bathroom, and my grandson had a condom in his mouth. I mean, his tongue was in the condom, and he was trying to blow it up.
And Zach,
dude, you want to know when I was living? We'll have to decide. I'm gonna put this in the no. I'm gonna say this real quick. No. Okay, thanks for listening to Tarp Report. You guys have been great.
This is the Patreon.
This is okay. So thanks for listening to Tarp Report. You guys have been great. Okay. And then now, if we decide to still play this, I'm going to tell a story. Okay. I was living at this punk rock house, and I was sitting on the porch, and we had a dog named. There was a dog there named Steel Reserve, who was a great dog. I love Steel Reserve. Everybody loves Steel Reserve, which is a horrible name. We named it after malt liquor, Steel Reserve.
Right, yeah.
And I watched the dog take a shit. And it shit out a condom.
Oh.
and
doesn't have to be an and. Doesn't have to be an and.
With this guy Chris, and I'm like, that is so gross.
Oh,
because the dog shit out a condom, and then Chris was like, maybe somebody fucked the dog and it slipped off. He goes, it's nice they're wearing a condom. Thank you
Well,
for listening. Dude, there's no way we should tell that story on air. People are going to vomit. That's so gross. I can't believe you're not vomiting.
We have to.
Okay, listen.
It's
let's
not the
cut
first
out
time
the
we've
part
talked about
where
dogs,
somebody-
like people bestiality.
I know. I don't want to, though.
Okay, it's fine.
But we should leave this up, though.
I'm telling you, we put it behind the paywall. We put it behind the paywall.
There's no paywall.
Yet.
By the way, if you would like, if you're large and you like well-fitting t-shirts, please go to Strong Size and use the code SAM10 when you purchase Strong Size t-shirts. SAM10. I don't think anybody's buying shirts.
How
I don't
do you
think
not
this
with
is
that
working.
attitude? Not with that
I
attitude.
don't think it
this should be the
works. I
commercial.
don't think it works.
Well, well, that's not true though, because you know that when you put out a call to action,
Those are for my
your people
shirts.
buy shirts.
They do. That was awesome. Anyway, thanks for listening to the Tarp Report. I hope you keep listening. I know it's hard sometimes. Listen, it's hard sometimes.
I'm not proud of it.
Of our podcast as a whole?
Yeah.
Or this episode.
Just this episode.
I think
The last 15 minutes.
I'm proud of the podcast.
Zach also hates when
Mostly.
we do this.
What, when we don't stop?
When we give ourselves a rating. We're
Yeah.
like, I think we did okay.
Yeah,
I think we did pretty good.
Zach doesn't like it when we talk about how we're podcasting.
We congratulate ourselves.
But Zach also made us talk about a 4-year-old getting herpes from eating a condom.
Yeah, that was like he sent me a private message.
Zach,
And he was like, you got to bring this up.
you got to bring it up.
Yeah.
Is that what you think this podcast is lacking?
You're disgusting. You're disgusting, Zach.
You should send us a message. Like send us a story every week.
Please do, because
Yeah.
it's fucking hilarious.
We'll call it the Zach Attack.
Yes, the Zach and
I like how we
news
keep coming up with
station.
new segments. too.
We can't stick to
Story Corner,
one.
which we
did
didn't.
once.
No, I did. Oh, by the way,
Twice.
when I talked about the dog shitting out a condom, that counts as Story Corner.
Okay.
Story Corner. I watched the dog shit out a condom in the front yard of a punk rock house I was living in. Thanks for listening to the Tarp Report. Bye.
That's it.